And good evening, nerds around the world. Welcome to episode 83 of the Nerds Unite as One podcast. I am Paul English. I'm your host tonight, and as always, we have a terrific show for you. Did kind of have to make a quick last-minute change. For those of you saw last week, expecting us to show off our movie collection this time, not kind of changing this topic, and I'll get to it in just a moment. But first, I'm going to introduce our panel for you today. It is a fantastic one, beginning with our co-host, our whole creator, our founder, our Lord and Savior. It is Caleb Tufts. What's going on, Caleb? He's back.
What's up, guys? What's going on? Not much. Good to be back.
It is always a pleasure to have you here, Caleb. Chris Miller is also here. What's going on, Chris?
What's going on, guys? Yes. The more I hear about what's happening in the latest Transformers movie, the more I want to, as what Mike said, I want to just go to explosives in this house and just let him go the way he wants to go. And maybe that's too far, but yeah. You haven't heard.
No, a lot of people are thinking it. You're just probably the first person who's had the balls to say it on YouTube.
I mean, I don't wish bad things on him, but he's not that good of a filmmaker.
All right.
You know what's happening in the latest Transformers movie. Just go find it.
We will. I don't think we have the courage to discuss it. It's just too painful. Colton Hunt is also here. Colton, what's up?
Hey everyone, I still stand by the fact that no matter what, I have no idea what's happening in Transformers 5 at the moment, but I stand by the fact that it cannot possibly be worse than Transformers 2.
No.
What
was the worst one?
4.
That was the first movie to actually get me to yell on this show, okay? So you know for a fact that I really hate that film. And also,
we want to see more yelling.
Also, we are 13 days away from the release of Captain America Civil War on DVD and Blu-ray.
I thought it was.
Yeah, we should be celebrating that.
I thought it was Alien versus Predator Requiem that made you yell a lot.
No, I yelled first with Transformers, and then Alien versus Predator Requiem was later.
Okay. Also here, back from Geek Salad, is Mike Ulick. Mike, what's up?
Hey, great to be here as always. Looking forward to hearing what you guys' lists are, and also showing off some of my new stuff.
Indeed. All right, so as I mentioned, kind of a last-minute change. With all the recent rumors about what's going on in the new first Ben Affleck solo Batman film about who's going to be the new villain, we thought we would take a moment to list our top 5 villains that we want to see in the new Batman movies. Now, you might be wondering if we did this already a while back. We did, but that was more kind of just throwing out some names randomly. This one took some time to think about it. We are passionate about the people we want on these lists. These are the characters we want to see in the future Batman movies. So we will get to that in a moment. But first, sad news. 2016 has taken yet another icon from us. This is just getting painful as all hell. Yesterday, we learned that comedy icon Gene Wilder passed away at the age of 83. You know, this man was a legend throughout the 70s, and from roles from Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, and of course Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I mean, he was, a legend in the industry. And fuck you, 2016. Stop taking these people from us. Enough. All right, just enough. I can't take it anymore. And I don't think any of us can either. I'm going to miss Gene like for crazy. I'm just glad my little sister has seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. If they have, I'd be like, okay, we need to sit down and watch. I'm watching this for it. So anyway, yeah, it was very sad. Caleb, what was your reaction when you heard that news?
I mean, it's one of those things where
Caleb?
I'm on.
Caleb?
His potato internet is acting up again, sadly. Hopefully he can get that fixed, but in the meantime, I'll go to Chris. What was your reaction to the news?
I mean, Yeah, I was kind of stunned that happened. You know, I mean, yeah, considering he was 83, though. I mean, it's just seemed like it was way too soon. I mean, I still feel his passing was kind of untimely in a sense. The shocking thing about this was, well, he was fighting Alzheimer's for the past 3 years, but yeah, he wanted to keep that under wraps because he wanted to maintain that image, I suppose. I mean, yeah, I always loved Gene Wilder. I mean, he had kind of a wit and spontaneousness to his timing in with his comedy that was utterly, just unremarkable. Let's just say that. I remember laughing. I remember, laughing, just going on hysterics. I mean, we went at his hysterics, and of course, Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory, because there's no way, earthly way, no way, which direction they are going.
God, that scene is so fucking creepy. Even today, it gives me creep.
I know. I mean, yeah, he had the amazing ability to go from just very to very dry, very deadpan forms of comedy to just overall just a manic explosion, just like in Young Frankenstein. my favorite scene will always be the scene when he's doing a little song and dance number, with the monsters. Oh my god.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Different types who wear a day coat, pants with stripes, or cutaway coat, perfect fits.
Alright, that's enough, Chris, before we get hit with another copyright claim.
But yeah, that's another testament to his genius, and he will forever be missed.
Absolutely. Colton, what was your reaction?
I mean, it's like we lost so many people this year that it's like when we saw another death, I'm like, what do you know? I mean, it was a sad one, though, because I mean, for a lot of us, it was Willy Wonka, which was a very magical performance, among other things. And it's also, admittedly, I only saw him in 2 movies, which were Willy Wonka and Blazing Saddles. I'm working on rectifying that now, but those are him and the Waco Kid and Willy Wonka were still two very spectacular performances, and though while it's sad that he's dead, he got to at least live a full life, 83. That's a long time, among other things, and he's no longer suffering from Alzheimer's now.
True, indeed. Mike, what was your reaction to the news?
Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is a hurricane blowing?
Not a speck of light is showing, so the danger must be growing.
Yeah, no, hold on a second, let me turn the light back on.
It's really rolling.
Alright. Yeah, yeah, I mean, that is, when I first heard that, I was like, no, that's I thought the internet was playing a joke on me, because I did, that is like, I think out of all the deaths that we've had this year, this one is probably the one that hits me the most, because I was just such a huge fan of Gene Wilder. I mean, yeah, obviously Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, he was brilliant, beyond brilliant in that movie. He would could turn on a dime. I mean, it was just brilliant. But for me, Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles.
Love Young Frankenstein, don't like Blazing Saddles.
Oh, Blazing
Saddles.
Saddles.
What did you just say, Chris?
You have to like Blazing Saddles.
You just enjoy this, Chris. Just
No!
Don't enjoy things that we enjoy.
My
Do you
friend-
love being a buzzkill?
Most people call me Jim, but you can call me Jim. Yeah. Sorry, Chris. I just had to shut you up for a bit.
No. Okay, I'm going to send a monster on you.
Ooh.
See this hand? Steady as a rock, yeah. But I shoot with this hand.
Little bastard shot me in the ass.
I mean,
Don't make me shove fizzy lifting drinks down your throat, Chris.
Yeah.
You float up to the heaven.
I'm about to show you that chocolate fountain.
I mean, his dual play with Cleavon Little was just something brilliant. I mean, the producers, I'm hysterical and I'm wet. I mean, the guy was a comedic genius on so many levels. I mean, and I'm not a huge fan of all of his movies that he's done with Richard Pryor, but See No Evil, Hear No Evil is always going to have a special place in my heart because it was just so darn funny. So yeah, I mean, you've taken a lot from us 2016, but this is the one that really makes me say fuck you.
Yeah, indeed. All right. Yes, he will definitely be missed. All right, guys. So let's move on to our main topic. These are the top five villains that we want to see in the new Batman movie. Chris, you're gonna head this off, then Colton, then Mike, and I'll go. And I do need to go take care of something real quick. I'll be right back. So in the meantime, Chris, I'm gonna have you take over hosting duties until I return. Okay?
Okay.
All right, be back.
Okie dokie. Top five villains. The one to keep in mind, this wasn't really an easy list to come up with. I had to make a few omissions here and there, but the villain I want to see is Firefly. I mean, I really don't know too much about this character, but when I saw him in Batman in the animated series, I was like, ooh, considering the tactical effectiveness of this character, it's just like, he has a, considering, I mean, the immense firepower he has at his disposal, it's like, he could be pretty much a match for Batman. In terms of the vast, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a vast arsenal that he has, but I would say, I know he's not the most well-known adversary. I know he's not the most well-known adversary of the character, but and certainly not the one. I'm pretty sure he's not the one people would think of when they want to put in the Batman feature. But I mean, I think there's potential for the character, in terms of how he matches up. I mean, in terms of how he could be quite an effective and menacing foil for him. I mean, most definitely. I mean, so for me, Firefly. I want to see Firefly in a solo Batman movie.
I would love to see a scene between him and Batman facing off with like fire just all around him.
Oh, that image just came into my head. It's just like the Batman.
Wow, that would be a scene that would be impressive to see on screen.
Oh my god! And I see. Oh man, this is like, but that's something. You just excited me right there. It's like make that something. Hopefully, something like that will come to life. What about you, Mike? What villain would you want to see in the Batman?
Is it me next, or is Colton? And actually, Caleb's back, so.
Well, okay, Caleb. Yeah. All right. We were starting off, my friend. We were starting with the whole topic. I mean, who we want to see in the Batman movie. I chose Firefly. What about you?
Are y'all still on number 5?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we just started.
Okay, this is number 5. Okay, my number 5. Okay, so some of these we've already seen in live action, but they need to be redone. They need to be done well. The first one is Poison Ivy. Now the reason I want to see
Batman Robin?
What?
Did we see him?
The reason I want to see Poison Ivy is I feel she was done way too cartoony, obviously in Batman and Robin. I mean, Uma Thurman was sexy, but I didn't like how she was portrayed. I just think that we need a more, less cartoony, less over the top version of Poison Ivy. You know, someone that knows how to use her sexiness but doesn't just flaunt it out there like she's a giant whore. You know, like something like that. And the actress that I chose to play her is, of course, Scarlett Johansson. I can't think of anyone else better to play her. So. Number 5 for me.
Choice.
Poison
Good
Ivy.
choice. It'll never happen because of Marvel, but good choice.
Again, a lot of my choices are like, it's never gonna happen, but they're my choices, so whatever.
It'd be cool if it happened, though.
Yeah.
And Paul, you're back.
Yes, I am. Whose turn is it?
I believe it's Mike's turn again.
All right. I look forward to hearing what Joel had to say earlier. While we watched the show.
I said Firefly. I mean, I one of the notes on my list is Firefly.
We haven't gotten to me yet.
I mean, you won't get into you, Colton.
I'm just saying he hasn't missed much yet.
Okay. All right. Well,
my number 5 choice is ManBat.
Hey.
Now I don't see him as the main villain of the movie, but I think he would be an interesting choice to have in there. I mean, for a few reasons. I mean, first, if you're just like the general public and you hear about this bat creature attacking people off the street, what are you going to think of first? Batman. So for one, it's going to be a PR nightmare for Batman, and for two, I mean, ManBat is essentially the Lizard from Spider-Man. He's a guy who's like losing his hearing, and so he tries this experiment out, to try and getting his hearing back. So, and there's a very tragic element to ManBat, and I would really love to see Batman actually trying to bring him back, trying to use those detective skills to, and some chemistry skills to try and get ManBat back to Langstrom. Something to try and heal him rather than just beat the pulp out of him. So.
Okay.
Colton, we haven't gotten to you yet. Why don't you go ahead?
Okay, so for me, we've heard the rumors already about him, about Deathstroke being possibly the villain for Ben Affleck's first solo movie. So my number 5 is, I'm saying, just go for it. Make Deathstroke the villain. He's a pretty easy villain to work in there. They don't have to have any sort of overly elaborate setup. He's a mercenary. Have him be hired by someone in the DC universe, or even Amanda Waller, perhaps, just to get back the leverage that Bruce has on her, among other things. And he would serve as a pretty, I think, decent foil to Bruce. Also, they both have a bunch of gadgets and toys, and they're pretty good at what they do. And among other things, it would be pretty simple to put. He'd be a very easy villain to work with, and among other things. And sometimes the beauty is in the simplicity, I guess you could say.
All right, thank you, Colton. All right, so number 5 on my list, I kind of had like a toss-up. I couldn't really pick just one of these guys. Only tie on my list. I got Clayface and Solomon Grundy.
What the hell?
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Hey,
Clayface
man. Every time
Clayface almost made my list.
I'll mess with you, buddy.
Yeah, fuck you.
Something wrong with Solomon Grundy?
He was born on a Monday.
Don't like Mondays, apparently.
No Monday. No. I just muted him because every time that Chris has a tie on his list, he always gets muted by Paul. So, if Paul's gonna, he has a tie on his list. So, I'm sorry.
How'd that feel? All right. Anyway. Yeah, you can play that game.
Nice.
All right.
All right, Paul. Go ahead.
Well, for one thing, we got the technology finally to make Clayface. He's a very interesting character. An actor who's trying to get back in the game. He takes this magic form and keep him young and mutates him. And then, Solomon Grundy's always been a very fascinating character. I think it's finally time, bring these two into live action. We got the technology to do it, so let's make it happen. I would love to see, maybe the two of them team up to go against Batman or something like that. I don't know. I just want to see these two in a movie.
I think it'd be cool having Clayface being the killer and Batman trying to almost and then there was 12 Little Indians style, where you've got them all in a locked house. He's got to try and track down which one it is, but it's really the shape-shifting killer.
Mm.
I think that'd be cool. I don't know.
All right, so moving along, establish a little order here. Caleb, go again, number 4 on your list.
Okay. Clayface was a great pick, Paulie. I didn't even think about him for some reason. Be awesome. So my number 4. Okay, it's not a tie. It's not a tie. But I have Solomon Grundy and Penguin. Now, the reason I have that, I think that those two would work really well in tandem, as we saw in Arkham City, the game. I think that you would have Grundy as the muscle, and you would have Penguin as the brains. The behind the whole operation. Like he's the true mastermind of the whole plan. So I think those two would work really well in tandem. I didn't cast Solomon Grundy because I feel like he'd be a CG character, a big hulking guy like that. But okay, so the actor I chose to play Penguin, is Peter Dinklage. Now, what Peter Dinklage? I don't know, guys.
Yeah.
I was having the hardest time casting him, honestly. I know it's so stereotypical.
Paul Rubens.
Maybe. So, but that was my pick. I know it's
Peter Dinklage.
Didn't think of anything else. So go ahead,
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if they did not touch Penguin for these movies, because frankly, I have fallen in love with Robin Lord Taylor's performance on the Gotham show. Like, I have never seen a better Penguin than him.
Well, because there really hasn't been another one except for Danny DeVito.
Unless
come
you
on.
count Burgess Meredith.
Yeah.
But anyway, I wouldn't have a problem with but Peter Dinklage, man.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think he'd make a good villain, dude. I mean, he was like the biggest weakness for me in X-Men Days of Future Past. I was not a fan of him.
I think he was miscast in that movie. I think he was. I don't know.
I he was fantastic in that movie. He really worked for me.
Problem I have is all of our trash is supposed to be like this obsessed mutant hater. I didn't get that vibe from Dinklage. I didn't get this guy really hates mutants. I just didn't get that from him, but that's just me.
I thought it was very subtle there, but I definitely thought it was there.
All right, Chris, number 4.
Okay, number 4 on my list would have to be Red Hood.
Ooh,
wow.
Yes.
Great pick.
After seeing Batman the Red Hood, I realized, damn, this is a fine movie, I just think that was just gold. How the Batman, the Rise of the Batman comic decided to take Jason Todd, a former Robin, and turn him into this villain whose one goal is to brutally and viciously kill all members of many gangs in the underworld. That's just and it adds a very another dimension to it, because it's someone who was taught under Batman. Who's taught under Batman. Yeah, he's kind of. He's kind of like how Ra's al Ghul is. The view is the only way to stop. Crime is through is to go to a larger scale. Go to break some bounds. Break some ethical and moral bounds. He would be quite an effective foil. It's just and seeing how it was in Batman Under the Red Hood, it was just fucking fantastic. He's true in the Jackson Angles is just truly menacing in that role. Voice with that voice performance. I would like to see Joel Edgerton play the character.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Interesting. All right. See, Mike, you're up next, I believe. So number 4.
All right. My number 4 is a villain that most people consider very cheesy, and I'm kind of in that. But I think if you did him right, you could really do him right. Calendar Man.
Ooh, really?
And primarily,
What is it?
What the hell's going on?
Ryan?
What I missed?
Sorry, go ahead.
Chris, what the hell?
I don't know what that was about. But
Let me explain it, maybe
Yeah,
you
right.
might see my point of view.
Okay.
Calendar Man, have you ever read the Batman series, The Long Halloween?
No, I have not.
I do not read the comics.
I read an issue of it.
Check out
Silence,
that series
Chris.
because basically Calendar Man, there's this killer on the loose that's killing people on holidays, on different holidays, and it's not Calendar Man because Calendar Man is locked up in Arkham, but so Batman has to go to Calendar Man to try and get more information about it. So it's a whole Silence of the Lambs type thing. And Calendar Man just pulls off this Hannibal Lecter, like very, very, like, I know who's killing them, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to give you clues about that. And you're the detective. You figure it out. And he plays it. Oh, he is chilling in that one. He is really well done. I mean, and so I think, well, most of the time when Calendar Man is around there, he's just kind of like this cheesy, like, ooh, it's Calendar Man, ooh. I think if you do him as not like the primary villain, but as like this antagonist, I think he can be done really, really interestingly.
Okay. Very, very good. All right.
Great explanation, Mike, and off the wall choice. I really like that. I did not see that coming.
All right, Colton, why don't you go ahead with your number 4 pick?
I can't promise. Oh, this isn't going to be all that unconventional. In fact, it's conventional as they come. But number 4 on my list is Scarecrow. I mean, we briefly got him in Batman Begins, but then he got demoted from bad guy to just the heavy to just being kind of just thrown around and what have you. It's put in place of Ra's al Ghul. So I think they should give him a fair shot at being the big bad, the sole big bad, and foil to Batman and what have you. And we've seen in BVS that, even though that Bruce is still pretty messed up concerning like his own personal demons and what have you, so I think we can actually better explore them if Scarecrow was his enemy, among other things. And then we show that Bruce isn't what?
Jonathan Crane is his real name.
Yeah,
I know that's
Jonathan Crane. Show that Bruce isn't quite all back together after the whole Martha bit and what have you in BVS, but that's another. Yeah. Scarecrow. That's another villain I'd like to see him done again. See him actually get to be the villain, not just the henchman.
All right. Very nice, very nice. So number 4 on my list, again, it was a toss-up, and I kind of had a hard time deciding which one of these to do, but in the end, this was the guy I went with. I want to see a movie with Two-Face as the bad guy. Now, I mean, I've gone on and on about how much I hated Tommy Lee Jones' performance. He undermined that whole movie because it was actually a decent... Batman Forever I find to be a decent movie, except for Tommy Lee Jones. And then Aaron Eckhart in The Dark Knight delivered a hell of a performance. He just wasn't in there very much. And he was in Two-Face until near the end of the movie. They killed him off at the end, which I was upset about. Two-Face is a very good Batman. He's a very good villain for Batman because he was one of his best friends. That would be such a great dynamic to explore. Something they haven't really done in any live-action movie. Let's bring that dynamic to a live-action Batman movie, and let's see that conflict go on. That would be what a great villain. So, yeah, it was hard. The other one I was considering was a proper Ra's al Ghul and the Real League of Assassins, but in the end I went with Two-Face. All right, so that was my number 4. Let's keep it going. Number 3, the Europe back to Caleb. Oh, nice to have you back, by the way, Caleb.
Oh, yeah, it's great. My internet is great. Yeah, it's great. Apparently, we have the highest internet that we possibly have, which bullshit, but whatever. Okay, my number 3. Now, these next 3 are very, very close, probably, and I've been flip-flopping. Like, I just flipped 1 and 2. Like, it's so close. Number 3 for me is Mr. Freeze. Now,
let's kill the dinosaurs.
That's why.
We need a proper Mr. Freeze, a sinister Mr. Freeze, someone who is just Mr. Freeze has these inner demons that he's trying to fight because of his wife and of the accident, and he's very sinister. I mean, come on, Arnold Schwarzenegger, that was a fucking cartoon. It was a cartoon. Like, I love the movie because it makes me laugh. It shouldn't make me laugh, but it does. But I just want a real, sinister-looking Mr. Freeze. And the guy I chose to play him, okay, he's an Oscar winner. Now, everyone knows the movie Inglourious Basterds, right? I mean, everyone,
What movie?
Inglourious Basterds.
Inglourious Basterds. Christoph Waltz is the person that I chose to be Mr. Freeze. I think he would be fucking fantastic. If you've seen him in Inglourious Basterds, if he played it like that, I think he'd be fucking fantastic. Sinister, evil, tormented. Oh man, bro.
Caleb, I agree with you 100%. In fact, when someone was asking if Mr. Freeze ever got another live action, who should play him, I said Christoph Waltz would be the perfect choice.
I'm telling you, Paulie, he would crush it. If he played it like he played in Inglourious Basterds, he would crush. He was so sinister in that movie. Oh my god. Oh, he was so
Idris Elba is a black Mr. Freeze.
Who?
What?
No, forget it.
See, and like the reason I also like Christoph Waltz is Mr. Freeze is not a hulking, huge guy,
Yeah, he's a genius.
He's a slim, regular guy. He's not like fucking Bane,
Thank you, Colton.
You're welcome.
But that's my number 3, Paulie. So,
dude, great pick, and I agree with you, man. Christoph Waltz would be fantastic for the role. All right, Chris, you're up next. Give me number 3.
My number 3 is the ventriloquist.
Oh wow!
Ooh. How's it feel, Chris? Ooh.
Shut up. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't want to.
Hey, you know what, Mike? After all the bullshit, after all the booing he gave me last week's episode, I owe him a little payback. Okay?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I want to be able to hear what his suggestion is without any interruptions.
I was gonna stop. Don't worry.
My real.
Oh, Colton, you're a sick man. You know that, but I love you for it.
How's that, you piece of shit, Mr. Hunt? Fuck you, Mr. Hunt. As I was saying, my number 3 is Deathshot. Well, not not one that could, effectively match Batman in terms of, physical or even mental prowess. He's a pretty damn good marksman. And Will Smith's portrayal was one of the better elements of Suicide Squad. I thought so cool for a second. I'm gonna say this: the portrayal error was okay. I don't think he was quite fleshed out. I guess. I'm not sure. I think he would work best as a secondary villain. He can quite prove a very menacing and very sinister foil. I'm not saying he should be like the main baddie, but I think he works best as a secondary villain. Which would increase his effectiveness, I guess.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chris. Wait, what am I missing? Colton joins. Okay, never mind. I thought I saw Chris leave for a second. Colton, nice to have you back. I think you needed to get off the screen for a minute and let out a little steam. Okay. I'll give you a chance to let out a little more. In the meantime, Mike, I'm coming to you next. Give us number 3 on your list.
All right, my number 3 is Hush. I mean, just the concept of a childhood friend of Bruce Wayne who kind of has like a similar upbringing, but whereas Thomas and Martha Wayne were Martha. Sorry.
That's never going away, BBS.
They were killed, like, in an accident. Yeah, I'm just blanking on his name, but Hush's his parents, he killed them himself because he just couldn't stand. He didn't like them. I mean, this guy's a sadistic. Yeah, he's a sadistic, mentally just screwed up son of a bitch. But he is also a trained surgeon. He's a smart guy. He's got the money. He's got skills. But he's just a complete sadistic son of a bitch. And I mean, if you've ever read the Hush miniseries, he really goes into it with Batman. And for me, I think the perfect casting for Hush. Ben Affleck is Batman, so Matt Damon has got to be Hush.
Good choice.
Interesting.
I have a better casting later on. I think, Mike. So.
All right,
Anyway,
I can't wait to hear it.
Go ahead.
No,
Great pick, Mike.
That's it for me.
Colton, you're up. Number 3 on your list.
Okay, number 3 on my list is Jason Todd. I feel like maybe this can be like a sort of a flashback to show us like just what went down between Joker, Harley, and Jason Todd. I mean, we saw the costume in BVS had the words "haha, jokes on you, Batman." Well, I feel like they could sort of do something kind of different with the Red Hood storyline. Rather than it being that Jason died and then he got brought back to life as Red Hood, maybe they could just have it that he went rogue on his own. And okay, I have not seen Under the Red Hood, so forgive me if what I'm about to say actually happened in that movie. But what happens is that rather than Joker or Harley or whomever killing Jason, it was actually Batman himself, and that could. I feel like that's the one act. That one action is what truly drove Bruce over the edge, and made him into the character that he was in BVS, among other things. And remember, he asked Alfred how many good guys actually stayed that way during BVS, so revealing that he was referring to Jason could give that line a lot more weight, I think.
Interesting argument. I don't know.
I don't know. I saw you shaking your head there, Mike. It just came to me. I just randomly thought about it. Like I said, my list is not really a preferably good one. So
no, I love the character. That theory that Batman killed it. No, that's a little bit too out there for me. Sorry.
Well, not on purpose. It could have been an accident. Accidents happen.
All right. That is a good pick, Mike. Good pick, Colton. Sorry, Colton. Good pick. All right. My number 3. I think Caleb mentioned this. I really want to see Poison Ivy get some redemption. I mean, listen, Uma Thurman, she was sexy as hell in Batman Robin. She was so cartoony, so over the top. I mean, I think Caleb put it into perspective perfectly, even though I didn't hear everything he said. Let's give Poison Ivy a little. I know that she's gonna get older on season 3 of Gotham. Maybe they'll do something clever with it, but I want to see Poison Ivy get some redemption on the big screen. Someone who can knows how to use her sexy skins. Because she's a very smart woman. I mean, she's a botanist, she's a college grad and all that. I mean, she's an intelligent woman, and I want to see that element to her, like add a little sympathy to her, like we know her motivations, we know why she's doing what she does, even though we don't agree with her methods. We understand why she's doing it. She's an environmentalist. We get it. Bring something like that to it. Maybe add like a subtle pro-environmentalist message to it without shoving it in your face, without shoving it in our faces. That pisses all of us off. But yeah, I want to see Poison Ivy get some redemption. So that's number 3 on my list.
I have no hope for Poison Ivy on Gotham. I mean, what they're doing with their character in season 3 is the height of the show's ludicrousness.
Let's see how it plays out first.
But she's still a child mentally, though. I mean, it's just... We were already talking about how creepy things were with Michael Bay in Transformers 4. I mean, this is just as creepy.
No. This is what's creepy. Silver, that little 15-year-old girl that was in season 2. I swear to God, this show is trying to turn all of its male audiences into pedophiles. Because I said this, when she turns 18, she's going to be turning some head and breaking some hearts. Like, I do not want to be thinking that, and neither does any other guy. I swear, they're trying to turn the male audience into pedophiles.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This show is like
that all your
becoming
face
more
is like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
This show is becoming like a, I don't know, more of like a what-if story about what would happen if Batman's Rogues Gallery struck and he was too young to do anything about it, rather than a Batman prequel at this point. But that's another discussion for another day.
Yeah, we can have a Gotham discussion at some point. All right, Caleb, back to you. Number 2 on your list.
Oh, man. Okay, so these last two probably were extremely hard. So number 2 is the Batman villain I would most like to see. Number 1 is the one that I think would make the most sense.
Okay. Interesting. Go ahead.
I'll explain it when I get to it. But number 2 on my list is Red Hood. Obviously, Jason Todd coming back as Red Hood. I just think, oh God, I would love to see that so much. I just think it would be such an amazing storyline. It would be, oh man, I would love that so damn much. I mean, we've seen the Robin suit. You know, we've all speculated. You know, said, hey, this is look what's gonna happen. I just think it would make perfect sense for that to happen, for that to be the first step. You know, the first movie. I think having him in there would make the most sense.
And
all they do is adapt the storyline from the animated movie because it's fucking perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my number 2, Paul.
All right, thank you. Chris, you're up next, number 2.
So number 2 on my list is Owlman.
Ooh.
Okay, another joke. I need to stop. Okay, number 2 on my list is Black Mask.
Black Mask. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean Black Mask. I mean, like I said, another character I don't know too much about. I need to.
He almost made my list.
Yeah, it was close.
Oh, I wonder. Right. I mean, to me, just from what I read, he just seems like a psychotic, brutal, just frightening a character. I mean, and he can add her like a later sadism we never seen in the Batman we never seen from Batman villains portrayed on film. I mean, I don't know much about him, but from what I said, and he just seems like he can be pretty chilling, and that mask gives me chills in itself. You know, just. I mean, like I said, I mean, he kind of but from what I read about him, he kind of reminds me of Jason Todd a bit. I mean, not Jason Todd, Hush. He reminds me of Hush. You know, both of them killed their fathers and so forth and so on. You know, I mean, like I said, I never played these games. I would envision something a little bit more closer to the Arkham games, you know, and how he's portrayed. I mean, I feel you should, with Batman villains, they should be a little bit more brutal, and it's just raise the emotional stakes for the characters. I think Black Mask is the perfect foil to be forced and to bring that layer into a Batman film.
Okay, interesting. Good pick, Chris. Mike, go ahead with number 2 on your list.
All right, my number 2 is the Riddler.
Really?
Yes, I mean, personally, I think, yeah, I'm not a fan of Jim Carrey's version. I'm really not. He's a living cartoon.
No, I disagree. I am. I loved him. He was perfect.
The only thing that was perfect about him was that line, riddle me this, riddle me that, who's afraid of the big black bat. That's the only reason I like that movie.
I mean, he's basically playing Jim Carrey then.
Yeah, exactly. It's Jim Carrey playing Jim Carrey in green tights, which no one should ever have to see.
Well, I enjoyed it, so
but
I'm going to disagree. I'll defend him. I'll defend his performance.
The thing that makes the Riddler so scary, though, is the fact that he is probably one of the smartest villains that Batman has to go against. Mm-hmm. He essentially is a mental equal for Batman, and you know all those riddles that he puts around. It's kind of his own kind of psychological issue. He has to put down those riddles because that's what he does. I mean and I just, for me, I mean having Batman have like a fist fight with the main bad guy, yeah, that's always cool to see. but it's a lot cooler when Batman has to build to that, when he has to actually use his detective skills.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of my villains like Calendar Man and Hush, they're more mental than they are physical.
Mhm.
They're a mental challenge for Batman because no one's really a physical challenge for Batman. And for casting, I would love to see Matt Smith, as in the 11th Doctor Who.
Yeah.
He can play that genius because we've seen him in Doctor Who, but he's also got that. He's very unconventional. He's kind of like that. He's kind of that. He looks like he's always on the edge of sanity, almost.
I want to see David Tennant. I would see.
You see, I was going to go with David Tennant, but then I was like, you know what? We've seen him as the Purple Man already, so he's kind of in Marvel. And while he does play a very chilling villain, I think there's definitely something more very chilling about Matt Smith as well, and I think he's more deserving of a breakout role because David Tennant's already a star. I mean, David Tennant, you just look at him, he's a star. Matt Smith, you don't see star yet. I really want him to get the chance.
Yeah, I agree with you in the sense that in all the Batman movies that have come out so far, we haven't really seen Batman use his detective skills all that much. Like,
No.
I know he used. I think the most I've ever seen him use it was in the '89 movie. He was investigating Jack Napier. Like, that's really the most I've ever seen him use the detective skill. But apart from what makes Batman so special, aside from his incredible martial arts abilities, the guy's a genius.
Yeah, exactly, and I really want to see that on Showcase. I think
we all do.
We got hints of that in Batman v Superman, but it was very sloppily done. I want to see it done justice.
I agree. That all right? Nice pick. Colton, give us number 2 on your list.
Number 2 on my list is the Riddler for pretty much the same reasons that Mike just mentioned. I feel like he could. Batman needs a mental challenge is nice every now and then, and I feel like Riddler could give it to him. It could be, and the story could be like it's early in Batman's career or whatever, like it's the first solo Batman movie, and they could have it so that Riddler is the first person to actually treat Batman like a man instead of as the Bat, I guess you could say. Like he realizes that it's all like he's not like some superstitious creature of the night. He's treats him more like the detective, and he's like, how much detectives like to play games and what have you, and so he would serve as a good mental challenge to Batman, and also it could give us show us another side of the superhero genre, like I've gotten things like war movies, heist films, space operas, yada yada, so having a bit of a police procedural story going on with Bruce taking on Riddler would be an interesting take for the genre, I think you could say. Not sure who I would have playing him, but David Tennant and Matt Smith sound like they would be good candidates for the role, I would think, and
I heard. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's it. Like just overall, I think that would be a good direction for the franchise to either start with or go into at some point.
I heard that Chris Nolan was considering bringing the Riddler into one of his Dark Knight films, and he was considering Leonardo DiCaprio for the role. I'm like, I could see that possibly. Like maybe it could work. I don't know.
I had actually heard Johnny Depp for that one. Johnny Depp, I would not mind as the Riddler. Wouldn't be my first choice, but I think he could bring something interesting to the table.
Yeah, speaking of Leonardo DiCaprio, I was watching this one YouTuber's review of Suicide Squad or not Suicide Squad, who's talking about what they could do with the Batman solo series in the DCU, and he was saying that someone that he would actually recast the Joker and have him be played by Leonardo DiCaprio, stating that he put
DiCaprio is the Joker.
Yeah, he was saying that if you watch this performance in The Wolf of Wall Street, you can sort of see something of the Joker in him, I guess. I don't know, maybe.
Again, wouldn't be my first choice, but there are some interesting elements that could be found there.
Interesting. All right. Number 2 on my list. I mean, a lot of you already said it. Mr. Freeze. Now, I love Arnold. I love the guy, but
Ice to see you.
The fucking ice puns, man. They're so they're terrible. They're so goddamn annoying.
The Ice Age.
Who wrote that script? That's what I'd like to know.
Someone that isn't working anymore.
No, this person wrote the screenplay, but he went on to win the Academy Award for his screenplay on A Beautiful Mind.
All right,
Cuba Goldsman.
I want to see.
Really?
I want to see the Mr. Freeze from the animated series. You know, the one that redefined who Mr. Freeze was, made him this tragic Shakespearean villain. This that I freaking loved so much. Like, I want to see that on the big screen. And I agree with Caleb. Christoph Waltz would nail it. So yeah,
Well,
Mr. Freeze needs redemption. It is time for Mr. Freeze to be redeemed.
Yes.
From that god-awful atrocity of Batman.
One thing they need to avoid from the animated series is how Mr. Freeze was defeated in his debut episode with a canteen of chicken soup.
Hey, you know what? He's an ice guy. It worked. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go, guys. Moment of truth. Number one villains that we want to see in the Batman movies. Let's do it. Caleb, who you got for number one?
All right. Okay. I based my number one pick off of. Okay, so this movie is going to be coming after Justice League, and I think after we have a big, bombastic, big, epic like Justice League, we need to have a more personal, grounded story for Bruce Wayne. And I thought the perfect pick for that is Hush. Thomas Elliott is Bruce Wayne if he went fucking nuts. And what I mean by that is they're so similar and, childhood friends, and I just think after Justice League, that would be the perfect, most personal storyline that they could go with. Bringing in a villain like that, a human-on-human villain, it wouldn't be anything else. It would just be a psychological thriller more so than an action movie, where this guy he's just like fucking with him, and he needs to find him and killing people. I just think it would be fucking fantastic.
I think it should be like what David Fincher did with Seven, though.
Yeah. I'm saying it would be just a mind fuck. I think that would be the perfect kind of movie. I mean, like, not that extreme, but I'm saying just after something big and huge like Justice League, ground it down a little bit, bring in someone like Hush, a more personal story. I just think it would be fucking fantastic. And the person that I would cast, now, Mike, you had a great choice for him, but I think the perfect casting for Hush, now, again, it would never happen, I don't think. The perfect casting for Hush, Christian Bale. I think Christian Bale would be fucking fantastic as Hush. If you've seen him in American Psycho, he can get crazy, he can get nuts, and I just think it would be poetic to see the current Batman go against the old Batman that we had. I just think it would be absolutely fantastic.
I could see that, and that's not a bad choice at all. I like that. I like my choice better, obviously, but
Oh yeah,
obviously,
of course.
I would not be offended by that in the least.
Yeah, it would be great.
Be an interesting one.
And like I said, after like a big action thing like Justice League,
what about Tom Hardy? I know he played Bane. I mean, maybe not.
What?
I said Tom Hardy. I was like, nah.
Tom Hardy, nah.
No.
Maybe. No. All right, so that's my number one, Paulie.
Very good pick, Caleb. Although, when you mentioned about how Tom Elliott is kind of like Bruce Wayne if he went crazy, you could kind of say that about a lot of his rogues galleries.
Yeah, that's
Joker,
true.
Penguin, Two-Face, Riddler. I mean, all these guys, Bruce Wayne could have wound up like any of those guys had he let the anger he felt over his parents' death control him rather than him controlling it.
All it takes is one bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seeing that bad day led to a terrible movie.
Yeah, that's another story.
But it also led to a fantastic Netflix series.
Which
What
was
Netflix series?
Daredevil Season 2.
Oh.
You're only one
right.
bad day away from being me.
All right, Punisher.
Oh, Punisher. Yes. I need to finish that. All right, moving on. Chris, you're up. Number one.
My number one pick would be the Clue Master. I think he would provide a more effective. I think he's more of an intellectual challenge than the Riddler.
Yeah, Chris, we want to hear the actual suggestion.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, the D-listers. Ooh.
I love it. I mean,
Chris, I will. Yeah, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna give him another chance, but okay, Colton.
No, he already wasted his chances.
you motherfucker!
Language.
I wish there were.
Language, please.
I wish there were an electric chair you were sitting in, Colton, so I could just.
Language.
What?
Language. Captain Rabbit disapproves of your foul language.
Bite me. I'm just kidding. Okay. My real number one. Although this, I know he hasn't been officially confirmed, but Deathstroke. Come on. Is there nobody? Yeah, he hasn't been. We kind of seen his level of villain before. I guess with Bane in terms of a physically imposing character. I mean, who not only matches him, not only matches Batman physically, but intellectually. But I believe Slade Wilson is a bit more ruthless than Bane is. I mean, that's from my point of view, I guess. Just a tad bit more ruthless. And I can talk all day about how ManBat on Arrow just just was the perfect guy to portray that character.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, the cunning.
I know it would never happen, but I would love for him to play Deathstroke in the movies too.
Yeah, it'd be great.
I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, he was,
Awesome.
I would like to see Sean Bean playing him.
Interesting choice. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that would mean that he would have to die in the end, though.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't always die. Sometimes he makes it.
Yeah, like in Jupiter Ascending. Oh my God, how awful that movie was.
Nobody cares about that movie though, so it's
nobody cares about that.
nobody cares about that garbage ass movie.
He had to live in The Martian.
But yeah, I mean, like with Deathstroke, I mean, the brilliant, it's just like you have to make this cold, calculating, brilliant but ruthless and menacing character to describe. And you can see, I see part of the Arkham game where he's like, where him and Batman are just dueling, dude. I mean, of course, he's well versed in various forms of martial arts, just as Batman. I was just like. To see a full-on physical brawl. I mean, and Deathstroke's like the perfect antagonist to face against Batman, considering how efficient he is in his combat prowess. Dude, make it happen.
All right, nice. Mike, you're up. Give us number one on your list.
All right. I hate to sound like a broken record, but my number one is also Deathstroke. I mean, yeah, we saw the footage, so it's probably coming, but that doesn't make it any less right. I mean, Deathstroke is one of the best villains that Batman has. He is a physical match for Batman. He is a mental match for Batman. Well, maybe not detective-wise, but he is a strategic planner. He can create the situation, and Batman has to kind of go into it. I mean, he may be setting up a trap, and Batman knows it's a trap, but he's still got to go in there anyway because Deathstroke's planned it that way. And I mean, I love Manu Bennett on Arrow. He was a fantastic Deathstroke, but for me, he was not the best Deathstroke we've seen on screen yet.
Michael,
The best Deathstroke for me was in Teen Titans.
Definitely. Who is Slade?
I thought you were about to mention a Smallville when you was.
No.
That Slade, that Deathstroke never happened.
No, on Teen Titans, if you watch those seasons with Deathstroke, where he's just like he's like just mentally manipulating Robin. He's making him doubt his own judgments. He's setting traps for all the team. It's a team of 5 superpowered beings, and he's just taking them apart left and right. They are no match for him.
They're pieces on this chessboard.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And then he's like, "Who knows, Robin? One day I could be your father. I could even be a father to you."
Yeah, exactly.
I have a father.
Yeah. I mean, Deathstroke is probably going to be the next villain, and it is absolutely the best choice for it. And for me, just stand with me here. I would love to see Idris Elba play Deathstroke. Hey, just hear me out. Hear me out. He is a physical beast. He is you see him, and he is You just see him in Thor. He is a physical. He is a tall being. He is a very strong guy. And then just listen to his voice as Shere Khan in the Jungle Book.
Oh, he was so cold.
Just imagine that voice coming out of Deathstroke's mask. That is enough to make you not want to step out of your house at night. All right,
Damn.
that is a voice that, I think if Batman's growl against that just elegant but cold and cunning voice. Oh, that I want to see that. I really want to see that.
Yeah, he adds just a layer of cruelty.
He does. So, and I think that's the layer of cruelty that Deathstroke needs.
Yeah.
All right. A nice pick for villain.
That's very good, Mike. I smell some fanboy in there, and I like it a lot. It was awesome.
All right, Colton, you're up. Give us number 1 on your list.
Number 1 on my list, it's going to sound weird, but I would like for it to be ManBat, actually.
Yeah.
So
Really?
it's like, picture it, it's like post BVS, Batman's helped save the world and everything, and thus everyone in Gotham's like, no one in Gotham would be foolish enough to take on the Batman now, so they arranged for ManBat to be created. And the primary reason why I would like to see ManBat is that in Batman's movies, they've only like scratched the surface when it comes to his comic bookness, I guess you could say. Like we all know how like the Dark Knight trilogy, more or less, throughout the comic bookness of Batman, with a few small exceptions here or there, and we only saw a bit of it every now and then in the original 4 movies. So I'd like to see him just dive just head first into it, until like the fact that Batman is still a comic book movie at the end of the day, and give us I think ManBat will be an interesting way to do that, and it will be a good way to mess with Bruce and everything. Having a giant bat running around and have it running around killing people around Gotham, it would be a good way for Batman to sort of, mess with them mentally and sort of trying to think maybe he's starting to kind of snap, sort of associate himself more with the Bat than the Man and what have you. I mean, you remember that weird dream sequence that he had in BVS where he got attacked by that insane Bat creature? I mean, that would be an interesting way to, really throw him off his game, I guess you could say. So, yeah, ManBat, I just think that would be pretty interesting. Silence, Chris.
No, I'm just looking at Mike. I'm just looking at Mike's mask. Deathstroke.
Yes, I can see your mask, Mike. I'm not changing my mind, though.
All right. Okay, very good. All right, so number 1 on my list, this wasn't even a contest to me. There's no one I'd rather see more, and that's Red Hood. Now, in case you haven't heard the story, about a year or 2 ago, I stunned Caleb to the point where he almost threw up by declaring that Batman Under the Red Hood is the greatest Batman movie ever made. A fact that I stand by to this day. And a big reason why was because of how much of a badass Red Hood was. I absolutely loved him in that movie. It's what made Under the Red Hood such a stellar... Yes, Caleb, you got it.
You got
it.
it.
Up and showed off.
It's better than the Dark Knight?
Yes. Better than the Dark Knight. Better than all of them. It is the greatest of them all. And Red Hood was a big reason why. So I want to see... What I want to see in a solo is a shot-for-shot adaptation of that movie because it was so perfect the way it was done. I love that movie so much. I never get tired of watching it. It's so good. And I want to see Red Hood. I want to see Jason Todd as Red Hood. And this time I actually have someone for casting. I don't know why. I was just thinking about it. All of a sudden this name popped into my head. And that was Matt Lanter. I love the guy from the Clone Wars who voiced Anakin. He always he has this like calm, friendly demeanor, but there was this element of menacingness to him that made like, okay, yeah, I can see this guy voicing Darth Vader too. Like, this is a guy who's going to become Darth Vader. He did that for me even more than Hayden Christensen did. So I think he would make a very good Red Hood.
It doesn't take much.
True.
Yeah, we've already had that discussion.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Matt Lanter on the Clone Wars, and I think he'd make a very good Red Hood. So yeah, this wasn't even a contest. Red Hood.
I saw
Jensen
you
popped the
shaking
Red
your
Hood.
head during this, though, Mike. You got a problem with it?
Well, no. I love the idea, and Jason Todd, the Red Hood. I think he would be a great. I don't know about a primary adversary, but an antagonist, absolutely. I just don't agree with the idea of a shot-for-shot remake. I've only seen one shot-for-shot remake in my life, and that was the Gus Van Sant Psycho.
And it was awful.
It was terrible.
awful.
There was no point to it being. If you don't bring something new to the table, then don't make it.
I mean,
For me, the story of the Red Hood is awesome, but I want to see a new take on it.
yeah. I mean, it would never happen. Like a shot-for-shot remake would never happen. I'm just saying the story is fantastic, but if you tweak it, and you have a variant, like take Joker out. One thing I wanted to say that I forgot to say, I don't want Joker anywhere near this movie, anywhere near the next movie. Listen,
I agree with you.
I'm probably the biggest Joker fan that there is, but I'm done with Joker right now. Like, I'm good.
We need a Joker break.
And there's some more different characters because we need it. Like, don't always just rely on the Joker. I think, like you said, Mike, that was why they put him in Suicide Squad. Well, we're not sure if this movie's gonna sell, so let's put the Joker in there. Like,
I'm not sure.
I don't need that. Just like don't have him anywhere near. Deathstroke, I didn't put on the list because I felt that because he probably is gonna be the next villain. Real quick, Paulie. So I forgot to get my casting for Red Hood. I was down to 2 people, Paul.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield.
Ugh.
I know.
Okay.
What? Garfield's a good actor.
Logan Lerman. Now,
Ooh, that would be interesting.
Kind of young for me.
Yeah.
I know.
For me, he would be more in the line of like Tim Drake.
I was about to say that myself.
Maybe.
Anyway, Paul, go ahead.
No. I'm done with it.
Yeah, I mean that is actually something I noticed that not a single one of us had the Joker on there, and I think we all agree. I mean, the Joker is a great Batman villain,
But he's been done to death.
Yeah, I mean,
He's played out at this point.
it seems like whenever a filmmaker's like, okay, we want a Batman movie, but let's just throw the Joker in there.
Yeah.
The Batman has the best, without debate, the best rogues galleries of any comic book character.
Spider-Man's just behind him. And
I mean, Spider-Man.
I can debate that with Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is close.
yeah, he is.
But for me, Batman is just hands down the best.
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm definitely with you.
And so I think with that such a huge pool to choose from, to constantly go after the Joker, I mean, dude, that's like this corner of the pond. Look at all that. Let's go for that.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he has such a rich, planting of adversaries to choose from. I mean, it would be just unwise to just, take a chance. Do something daring, add a new layer. I mean, bring an adversary, bring something new to the table, raise the stakes.
Because when you look at it, like, okay, we've had Two-Face once because I'm not counting one of Christopher Nolan's because that was for like 10 minutes. Okay, that doesn't even count, and he got killed off for whatever reason. I don't even know why. And then, okay, so we've had Penguin, we've had Poison Ivy once, we've had Mr. Freeze once, we've had Riddler once, we've had Joker, what, 3 times?
Yeah.
3 fucking times? 3 times? Okay, look, and I get that there's some villains, maybe Clayface, Owlman, Grundy, that you couldn't do because we just didn't have the technology, but now we do.
Yeah.
And again, 3 Jokers, and we've only had Penguin, and I mean, yeah, Penguin and Two-Face and Riddler are not as big as Joker, but they're pretty big Batman villains. Like, they're pretty big. And we've had Catwoman twice. So you're telling me that we've had Catwoman more than we've had Penguin, more than we've had more than we've had Mr. Freeze, more than we've had. I mean, really? Like, really?
I mean, yeah, the Joker is the most well known. But you go up to any old like Joe Schmo on the street and ask them to name some Batman villains. They will be able to name like the Riddler. They'll be able to name like Mr. Freeze. They're known enough.
Right. If you ask who's the most well known, everyone's gonna say Joker. But everyone knows 4 or even maybe even 5 Batman villains. It's like
at this point, Joker just needs to be.
Everyone knows their villains, you know, and
Mhm.
everyone knows Batman's villains.
Yeah.
Even like the lesser known ones, everyone knows them.
It's like at this point, Joker just needs to like just stay part of the furniture, you know. Like his presence is felt, but he doesn't have to be. He doesn't always have to be around. It's like it'll be like if it's like how I've gotten like sick of Norman Osborn, so I really don't want to see him in the new Spider-Man films because it's like he's been played out, and so is the Joker at this point. So give someone else a chance.
I was super excited when I heard that we were getting Vulture. Finally, a new villain. Okay, cool, perfect. And now if we're getting Deathstroke in the new Batman, perfect. A new villain, you know, some new blood. You know, that's what we need to see. I mean, it needs to happen. There's so many great villains out there. Let's not zero in on these villains. Like, listen, do I want to see Joker in Affleck Batman? Yes, but maybe not to the 3rd or 4th one. You know, like give it like 10 years. You know, like. We don't need that. Like, let that be the final send-off, you know, or something like that, you know.
It's like I know that. It's like we all know that Joker is like, he may be Batman's primary adversary, but that doesn't mean he's the only one that's ever given him like a legit challenge, you know.
Pretty much.
Right. I mean, Bane broke his back. I mean, like, come on. I mean,
yeah. So, all right, guys, we gotta move on. Steph. We're wrapping up the show. We've all given our list, but as you all know, before we wrap up the show, it is time for collection updates. Anything you haven't shown off? Anything you got this month? Now the time to show it off. Obviously, we did one earlier in the year when I was over at Caleb's house, but we've probably gotten a few things since then, so let's give it a try. Colton, I know you say you don't have anything. Chris, what about you?
No, unfortunately, I do not.
All right, I'll come to you, Mike. What do you got? Anything?
I've got enough to make up for those guys. First off, I got a new phone.
Okay.
I got the
Is
Galaxy.
it an Apple phone? Is it an iPhone?
Oh, hell no.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Fuck Apple.
But I love
Are you
Apple.
mocking my Apple?
Yeah, fuck Apple. Next, I've got Season 1 of DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Nice.
Finally, actually checked that series out. I actually have never seen an episode, but
Season.
I like what they've done with the other ones, so I'm willing to give it a shot. I've got Season 4 of Arrow, just came today. I've got The Jungle Book.
Ooh.
It also came out today.
Just came out today. Also came out today. Star Wars Rebels Season 2.
Nice.
And this one came out last week. Kind of an impulse buy, but I love the movies that it's based on, so sure, why not? Ash versus the Evil Dead Season 1.
oh,
All right.
Been waiting to watch that show.
Yeah, like I said, I've never actually seen an episode of the show, but I love the Evil Dead movies.
I heard it's very similar to Army of Darkness. So if you love that, you're probably gonna love it.
I do, and you know, the Collider and Nightmare guys, including especially Perry Nemiroff, really love the series, and I generally trust them, even though I'm not a huge horror fan. So I'm going to go for it.
All right, nice one, Mike. Nice. All right, Caleb, you're up.
all right, okay.
Let's show them how it's done, buddy.
This first one, that's not that much for. There will be more next. Do that. I've been working a lot of overtime.
Just fucking potato internet.
You had a good run, Caleb.
Damn it.
Yep.
Caleb, get a laptop. Don't just get a phone. Get a laptop because you need that more. Seriously.
Yeah.
You can't have this potato internet shitting out on you all the time. All right. Hopefully he will come back. But in the meantime,
looks like he's high in that one.
He's back, I think.
no,
he's gone.
Okay. Just like that. He's
I'm going to bring this down, but I got season 20 of The Simpsons.
Nice.
A couple other things I got while I was over at the. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Is he here?
Caleb,
quickly, before we lose you again.
He's fighting back from the Phantom Zone.
All right. While he gets that situated, I'll finish the rest of it. Wait. Is he here? We can see him.
Can we hear him?
Okay.
No, we cannot hear him though.
Wait.
Oh, you can't hear me? Are you?
Now we
can.
Quickly, Caleb, before it's too late.
Perfect. Okay, so did y'all see All right,
His fucking potato internet. Oh my god.
It's too late.
Caleb, just take that internet and just Julian fry
Can you
it.
hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now.
Worse? Can you hear me now? Okay.
Damn.
It's one of those situations where if we look at it too long, it stops working, so we have to look away.
Look away, everyone! Look away!
Oh, look there! It's the Robin! Oh, wait.
Oh my god. Caleb, you need to get a laptop for that potato internet of yours. It'll work better than a tablet. Alright,
So...
Wait. He gets glimpses, he gets moments, and then he just disappears again.
I told you, he's fighting back from the Phantom Zone.
Yeah, I know. It's quite a heroic struggle. We lend you our support, good sir, but,
You knew about that before we drove out. Right, that takes the turn. Oh, sorry.
Go captain my captain.
Wait.
Wait! Go on, Caleb.
Yeah.
Before it's too late.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Damn, you might want to turn off your video because I think I can't do both.
Fuck you, Google.
YouTube Live better fix this bullshit.
I can't take the agony anymore. Damn it.
Oh, fucking A.
All
Alright,
Yeah, just go, Paul.
Alright, something... Wait! We can... He's moving!
Is it... What is the problem right now?
There we go. Oh, wow.
Hello.
It might work now. Quickly! Go!
Okay.
Go, good sir.
Okay, I got I got the...
Yeah, I got nothing.
Whoa, Chris, you okay?
Damn it.
Chris? What happened?
Chris, your pain is our joy. Thank you.
No. You want to talk to Colton? Yes, we're on the hunt for you. Let me stop.
Alright,
Okay,
I'll go then, I guess. I got the Odyssey miniseries as well. I'm on Sunday. I got Season 1 of Legends of Tomorrow, also as well. I got Season 1 of Supergirl. I also got Season 2 of Star Wars Rebels. I got Season 2 of Gotham.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boo.
In your face. Now, I was going to get Arrow today as well. Long story short, I had a little pre-order issue where I couldn't... for some reason, I wasn't able to pre-order it, but they put it on hold for me. I'll be picking it up tomorrow. I'm pre-ordered the Steelbook, so I'll be getting that. And then last thing, I'm just going to show off... Back up a little bit. The limited block edition Legacy as well. Very nice.
Touche, my friend.
Lovely
Touche.
black and gold. It looks fantastic. It'll match better with my Black Legacy Megazord. So,
Well played, my friend. Well played.
thank you, Chris. So what that means is, I'm actually looking to unload my
I'm
regular
Colton.
one. So if you happen to know anyone who wants it, maybe we can talk. I'm looking. I'd be interested in selling it for the right price.
Yeah, right here. Hi.
All right, we can talk about it once the show's over.
Okay.
Chris, are you okay?
Oh yeah, here's another thing on my collection. My mashup between Zootopia and Captain America.
That is very nice.
Interesting.
All right, so
Help. Must seek retribution against.
yeah, I'm not listening to any more of that.
Again, you beat me to it. I was this close.
So that's why counts on horseshoes and hand grenades.
Must kill treacherous nerds.
Mike, you muted the wrong person.
No, I didn't. You
Okay.
said close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. So there you go. That was how close is that for you?
Which side are you on, Mike?
I just hate that phrase. I'm sorry.
All right, guys. So that's gonna wrap up our show. I know we're looking forward to Caleb's collection of it, but his fucking potato internet shit out on us. So maybe next time. So that's gonna wrap it. Yes, that's gonna wrap it. I want to thank everyone for being here. Chris, once again, your pain brought us so much joy today. So thank you for being here, and you did have a good list too.
Okay, Paul. I hope you can understand this in English. When in English, ha ha ha. One day, I hope your pain will be my joy.
What the hell was that?
I ain't gonna put out that bullshit. Fuck you, Colton. It was a pleasure having you here.
It was a pleasure to be back. Sorry my list wasn't as thorough as my past list, but it was interesting to put together nevertheless.
Mike, it was a pleasure having you here.
Yes, very much. This has been one of the most fun lists, actually.
Before we sign off, I do need to.
I'm just thinking. I'm thinking he's being killed by a zombie right now.
All right. Before we sign off, I do need to let everyone know that because I'm starting school next week, I'm going to be significantly cutting my airtime. I'm not taking a break from the show like I did last time, but I'm not going to be doing the show as much as normal. There'll be plenty of. I'll still do a couple shows on occasion. I mean, we got our 2-year anniversary coming up November. We're closing in on our 100th episode soon. I'll be there for that. There'll be plenty of special episodes in December that I'll do, and if we decide to do any specials or other episodes, we'll do that. So, but as far as doing the main show, I'm not going to be doing it very much over the next 8 months. So, Chris, shut the fuck up while I say this. So yeah, guys, like I said, I'm not taking a break this time, but I won't be doing many shows. So, everyone, Chris will be doing the primary.
Don't make me go call right over your ass.
Chris will be taking over the primary hosting duties.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
I got no one else. I mean, listen, Caleb, he's got a full-time job to do. I mean, we can't, unfortunately, we can't count on him too much, so it's got to be Chris, unfortunately. So you're going to have to restrain from muting him as much as you used to.
Is this going to be me, Mike, and Chris, though? I mean, can you imagine the chaos that's going to be imbuing these coming episodes?
I know. I know. So,
you have
I'm just making use of it while I
we
can
say
right
goodbye,
now.
everyone. Have a great show. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Bye.